Good morning, students. Welcome to the geography class for class 9, and we were studying geomorphic processes and landforms of the earth. In the last class we had studied plate tectonic theory, characteristics of fold mountains and types of fold mountains. Plate tectonic theory is a very important theory for your exams, and the differences between young and fold mountains were to be copied down in your copy from the screen. This was the differences between young and fold mountains. In case you haven't copied this, please copy this in your copy. And the plate tectonic theory was also to be copied, so please copy this if you haven't copied it. Okay, now moving on forward to today's class. Today we'll be discussing about the volcanic mountains. Now, in simple language, if one is to say what is volcanic mountains, then volcanic mountains are those mountains which are formed due to the eruption of volcano. So what happens through the weak zones of the earth's surface where the cracks have occurred, the volcanoes tend to erupt from there. This is the weak zone of the earth's surface, and a crack has developed on the earth's surface, and therefore volcanoes erupt from here. So when the volcanoes erupt from here, they form a they are first very hot in temperature, and therefore they are in liquid form, right? Lava or magma, it is in liquid form when they erupt. When they stop erupting, what happens? They cool down. It takes many years for them to cool down and solidify. Okay, when it solidifies, then again after many years eruption takes place again. Now when again eruption takes place, it starts forming layers. It starts for the accumulation of lava one above the other. It starts forming layers. This process repeats itself through hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years, finally forming a huge mountains, what is known as volcanic mountains. So the accumulation of lava and its subsequent cooling results in the building of a volcanic mountain. So this is the most easy or easiest definition of volcanic mountains. So please copy this, and you can write this in your exam. You can also write your bookish language, but you can also write this language. Okay. This is a diagram of a volcanic mountain, and first let me tell you what is the difference between magma and lava. Okay, when the molten materials are inside the earth's surface, they are known as magma. However, when they erupt out of the earth's surface, they are called as lava. Okay, so the uppermost part, or the point from where the volcanoes erupt in a volcanic mountain, is called the crater. Okay, and there are not only one craters, but there are several craters. The main crater is just known as crater. However, these are the secondary craters. They are the secondary openings. They are known as the secondary craters. Now let us look at some examples of volcanic mountains. So this is this is Mount Vesuvius, and Mount Vesuvius has erupted 3 dozen times since 79 AD. So basically Mount Vesuvius has erupted almost 36 times since 79 AD, and the last eruption of Mount Vesuvius took place when it took place in 1944. So in terms of a volcano, not in human terms, in terms of a volcano, this is a very recent date for eruption. Therefore Mount Vesuvius is considered as an active volcano. However, Mount Vesuvius has not erupted since 1944, but uh, the the experts, they say that now Mount Vesuvius is going to erupt again. Therefore Mount Vesuvius is an active volcano. The second example is Mount Fujiyama. So this is Mount Fujiyama, and Mount Fujiyama is also considered as active. However, Mount Fuji, the last eruption of Mount Fuji took place in 1707. So that was almost 300 years ago. But still it is assumed that Mount Vesuvius can erupt at any time. The third example is Mount Kilimanjaro, and Kilimanjaro was active about 200 years ago. The last major eruption was 360,000 years ago. So the eruption that took place 200 years ago, that was just an activity, and that was not a very major volcanic eruption or something. That was just to show that the volcano is active when about 200 years ago. However, the major eruption that took place, which resulted in the formation of Mount Fujiyama, it took place around 360,000 years ago. So it was a long time ago. So Mount Kilimanjaro is considered, can be considered as active if it is to erupt again. So the volcanoes which are to erupt again, they are known as active volcano. However, the volcano which have been stagnant, which about which the experts say that they are not going to erupt again, they are known as dormant volcanoes or inactive volcanoes. Okay, next in your book is the Pacific Ring of Fire. What is the Pacific Ring of Fire? The definition you can look from your book, page number 58, in the last para almost. A large number of volcanoes are found in the islands of Eastern Asia, forming a ring along with the volcanoes of the North and South America. This is known as Pacific Ring of Fire. So this is Asia, right? This is Asia and the eastern side of Asia. So it says that a large number of volcanoes in the eastern side of Asia. What happens when we look at it through, when we look at it on a map, we can see that they form a ring over here, from here to here. This is the ring. Okay, and from the ring forms from the mountains of East Asia, the mountains of North America and South America. So this chain of mountains has been called as the Pacific Ring of Fire. Now the next topic is the characteristics of volcanic mountains. So if you see from your book, page number 58, features of volcanic mountains, the volcanic mountains are conical in shape. This is quite simple, and we all know that all the volcanic mountains, almost all the volcanic mountains are conical in shape, except the one which we saw just now, which is Mount Kilimanjaro. Mount Kilimanjaro is not completely conical in shape, but it is kind of flat at the top. So uh, if you see in your book, the what you say, the above the features, it says that if the lava is basic, flat cone is formed. However, if the lava is acidic, a steep cone is formed. So it means that Mount Kilimanjaro, the lava of Mount Kilimanjaro is basic. However, the lava of other mountains is the lava of Mount Fujiyama, for example, it is what? It is acidic. So that is the reason between the conical shape of the mountains. Okay, next, the topmost part of volcano through has an opening through which eruption takes place. The opening is called a crater. So this topmost part of the volcano through which the eruption takes place, this is known as the crater. Why does eruption takes place through here? Because the pressure or inside the earth's surface, it pushes the volcano above this path. This path has been formed due to the frequent volcanic eruption, and because of that, the volcanoes, they go all the way from here, and if they do not find any opening from here and here, they erupt from over here. So this opening is known as the crater. Next, some volcanic mountains have primary or main crater. Most of its eruption takes place through this. It also develops a few more subsidiary craters. So if the pressure of volcanic eruption is too high and it is not being able to pass from here, what happens? A secondary crater can form. like this. These are the secondary craters. However, this is the main crater. All most of the volcanic eruption takes place through here. However, they can take place through the secondary crater also. The craters of all volcanic mountains are connected to the magma chamber, which is in the interior of the earth. So all the craters are connected to the magma chamber, and all the secondary craters are also connected to the main chamber. Some of the volcanic mountains also have crater lakes. So a lake kind of forms where the means what happens this. If you see Mount Vesuvius, it has a huge crater. So what happens, a lake forms inside the crater, inside the mountains, which you all uh, may have seen in cartoons and in TV, that how the volcanic mountains look because of the lava that has accumulated here, which is not erupting, but which is also not solidified. This is in liquid form, and it is very fiery and hot. So this is known as the crater lakes. Okay. So in this class we studied about the volcanic mountains and its features. So if you have any kind of doubt or anything, you can email me at this email account. So we'll keep it till here today, and in the next class we'll be starting block mountains. So thank you and have a nice day.